primordial beast, once occupying Natural Cavern 7, creeps up the lava tube halfway and takes up residency. The humans construct another farmstead and add more to their population. The influx of new knights causes the humans to tunnel from the previously explored Natural Cavern 4 down deeper into Natural Cavern 10. Finding more riches in gold and jewels, the gnomes construct rooms 24, 25, 26, and 27 and occupy Natural Cavern 12, expanding their empire. The outsiders press against Natural Cavern 12, forcing the gnomes back across their lava bridge into Natural Cavern 5. Finding even some of their own population too strange and too weird to handle, they construct a deep oblette down to Natural Cavern 2, where they imprison the most depraved and odd of their population. Finding the bridge from Natural Cavern 5 to Natural Cavern 12 blocked by a guard of outsiders, the gnome construct a new bridge across the lava chasm from their room 27 to room 23, thereby encountering terrible Grak the Ogre. The gnomes offer Grak a tribute of gems, and he does not eat their party. The mighty outsiders push Grak from room 23 back into his previous Natural Cavern number 6. The primordial creature in Natural Cavern 9 joins its brethren in the lava tube below the bridges built by the gnomes. The humans of the Surface Kingdom construct another outlying farm, which allows them to mount an expedition down into the dungeons yet again. They assault and kill the outsiders occupying Natural Cavern 12, taking their riches from them. The loot from their dungeon expedition allows them to build a grand city above the gnomish kingdom. The city builds its sewers down into the gnomish kingdom of room 18, thereby starting a gnomish-human war. Finding the assaults of the humans, the gnomes, and the ogre combined too much for them to handle, the strange outsiders push back and enter Natural Cavern number 1, encountering the primordial beast that lives there, killing many of their population. They construct room 29. Now newly militarized from their war with the humans, the gnomes push against Grak the Ogre, shoving him into Cavern 11 and room 17. They take room 23 and 6. Undaunted by the rumors of the grisly deaths of the adventurers that came before, yet more wanderers looking for treasure and fame wander into the dwarven mining entrance. Using a small amount of cunning and a very large amount of luck, the adventurers slay almost all of the outsiders occupying the dungeon, leaving only their twisted and misbegotten prisoners in the oblette of Natural Cavern 2 behind. The adventurers leave the complex with almost all the treasure in the dungeon, leaving nothing for the local economy of the Surface Kingdoms. The massive killing of the outsiders leaves unhappy ghosts the occupied Chamber 15 haunting any who would pass. Human expeditions to the underground become routine for the Surface Kingdom, down into Natural Cavern 4, 10, and 12, never breaching the territory of the more fearsome beasts who still live there. The phenomenon is studied by a wizard that sets up shop in a tower on the far right of the surface and builds a dungeon beneath it in room 28. Having only one known source of gold left to mine, the gnomes construct room 30, ingeniously mining the gold off of the interior surface of the lava tube. The last remains of the once powerful outsiders that occupy the dungeon are now the degenerate creatures originated from Natural Cavern number 2. They creep their ways up to room 22 and occupy room 1, trying to establish their own culture. Grak the Ogre expands his hunting territory. A primordial creature is fought off by the gnomes at the bridge between room 27 and 23. A loose collection of slimes, molds, and jellies take up occupation of Natural Cavern 10 beneath the human kingdoms. Giant spiders find their way into the sewers of the city above in room 18. Hobgoblin mercenaries find their way into the old dwarven tomb of room 16. The next expedition of knights from the human kingdoms above goes down to the Natural Cavern 4 and encounters the slimes, jellies, and moles in room 10, resulting in many deaths of the knights. At the very last, they encounter Grak the Ogre in rooms 11 and 17 and die at his hands. Grak the Ogre expands outward and kills the last traces of the degenerate outsider race, occupying rooms 22, 1, and 2 for himself. The hobgoblin mercenaries take up the entrance of the dwarven mine, leaving the deeper dungeons for the creatures that dwelled there. In a great catastrophe for the human kingdoms, the spiders living beneath the sewers of the city in room 18 charge upward and eat half of the population of the human city. The resulting chaos in the surface kingdoms above leave Grak the ogre enough time to consolidate his power and begin a new age of villainy in the dungeon below. And that concludes my playthrough of the small dungeon mapping game called How to Host a Dungeon by Tony Dowler. The rules do take it further into the history of a dungeon past that, but this was just a short abstract of kind of the narrative that was generated as I was playing this game. So go ahead and check it out. Thanks.